Dead Island 2. It's finally out after almost a decade of waiting through development hell and will they won't they types of romantic foreplay with their player base. After 10 years, can this game live up to some of the expectations set for itself? Or is it just going to be another zombie game stuck in the past riding on a video game genre high that's been done to death by this point? Dead Island 2 is about as middle of the road as you can get for a sequel that's been in the making for roughly 10 years. The game's gone through 3 different developers finally landing with Dambuster Studios, and a lot of credit lies in the fact they actually managed to make this game and ship it after these 10 years. And as I said, the game's just average. That's just pretty much how it is. It's one of those things, the story isn't too terribly involved. You're going to be doing a lot of the same old side quests of just going to a location, finding an item or finding a person, killing zombies, rinse and repeat that same cycle over and over again. Which can be fun with friends, but after a certain amount of time, there's only so much that can be had and actually be done within this game that can really keep some people going all the way through to the end, which for me, about 2/3 of the way through the game, I just wanted to rush through and get to the finale by that point, because I was just tired of the same monotonous cycle. Which, speaking of the game's finale, there really isn't much of one. The game just kind of ends. You're up finally all the way through to the climax. You're getting to this big segment at the final boss after defeating what you could consider the main game's final boss. That's just kind of it. The game ends within about a minute and a half after killing the final boss, and then you're just left to roam and do whatever side quests you didn't complete and keep exploring HEL-LA, as they put it. And if you think calling it HEL-LA is cringy enough, wait until you hear some of this fucking dialogue. I mean, some of these characters, thank God I ended up picking Amy, who, even though she still ends up talking quite a bit, has probably some of the least cringy lines out of anything compared to some of the other characters. My friend was playing the rock star girl named Danny, and she would not shut the fuck up. It was just so annoying and so irritating where in my own personal playthrough it seemed like his character talked way more than I did, as if his character was the protagonist for it. And she just relentlessly would lay in about some of the most mundane bullshit, as most of these characters do, which I don't see why it's a thing these days anymore where you have to have characters that are just constantly talking throughout the campaign. Besides the story and questing being a mess, though, along with the immense amount of dialogue that the characters think that they absolutely need to speak, the game's gore mechanics and actual combat flow can be quite fun, so I will give them credit for that. Take a fucking seat, bitch ass. Now, while the melee combat can be fun and you can have some genuine fun with your friends when running around just drop kicking zombies off of roofs and things like that, the actual weapon customization is, in my opinion, much more limited than it felt as though it was going to be when they actually revealed and showed off some of the weapon customization that you could do. You do have water, gas, and caustic jerry cans, though, which can add a lot of fun to the combat, as well as some of your curveballs, which are just throwable items that recharge over time, like a Molotov cocktail. You have electrified ninja stars that you can use, or just like basic pipe bombs and other chemical bombs that you can throw out. And that can add a lot of variety to the combat, but for some people, this is something where it'll only satiate them for so long before it can potentially just be a very repetitive task where nothing truly new is happening beyond a certain point. And did I mention that this game has cringy dialogue? Because good God, some of the dialogue, even with my character who I thought wasn't that bad, still had some pretty cringy dialogue interactions.
Didn't you notice? Threats don't work. You want help? You need to pay me in swag.
Right.
Boomer. Whoa, okay. I'm here to see Dr. Reed.
Oh, you are, huh? You're not here to eat us then?
Not without a lot of A1 sauce.
Comedian, huh?
Roll up, roll up. Exclusive after dark open for all rotten melons. Who's up for a game of whack-a-zone?
What were you thinking anyway, Ames? That this corpse was gonna wake up and tell you what's really going on? Oh. My bad. You do want to tell me? Charades, huh? Okay, falling over. Drunk? Oh, it's zombie, isn't it?
Now, for me personally, this game doesn't warrant the $70 price tag that it's now coming out to be with all these next-gen titles, but for some of you that mileage may vary. For me, though, personally, I think this game would be better purchased if you're interested in these types of games whenever this goes on sale for maybe $30, $40, something like that, because this game definitely, while you can have fun with friends and co-op, the length of the game is heavily dependent on whether or not you're doing side quests, and that also depends on your tolerance for doing very repetitive, kind of samey side quests over and over again, along with the fact that some of the main story quests are fairly repetitive on top of what you'll already be doing with the side questing and some of these lost and found quests. Then this might be a game that you just end up breezing through, especially if you decide to just take the main questline path. But if you're someone that can enjoy some mindless zombie killing with a not too complex story, fairly easy to come by weapon crafting and character builds that aren't too terribly diverse, which the characters all have inherent traits of their own that are specific to certain characters, but the builds are never too terribly in-depth to where you're going to be doing a bunch of insane build crafting, then this could be something for you. But me personally, I would wait to maybe save some money on it and see if you can get this for a sale, because there can be fun had within this game. I just don't exactly think that it's $70 worth of fun. So if I were to give this my final rating, I would give this a 6 out of 10. And I'd be interested to know what you guys think if you've already played the game as well down in the comments below. And thanks for watching.